Hey Daryl, this is the view I really want to work hard on. Like your setup again, very good from the back. You got your head and neck are up on the same line as your spine. Shoulders are hanging nice. Looks very good. Nice and square setup. Nothing I'd change there either. Your setup is very good. Posture is really good. I like the way the arms are hanging too. So very important in the golf swing. The way we take the club back, the first 2 feet is really crucial to get the club going in the right direction. So you can see here, we always want to get the club going back along our toe line. So as we take the club back, you see Rodney take the club back here. As he maintains the radius with his hands, he lets the club head move first, okay? And that's going to get his club. Here's his toe line, and here's his shaft line. They're parallel. So, and his left arm works right across his chest as his right arm folds, and it gets him here parallel to his toe line. Now, as you watch how you take the club back, your hands go a little bit further away from your body, and you take the club back with basically your hands and arms at the same time instead of letting the club head go first. So the club head goes out, and it gets in this position here at the same point of the swing as Rodney's here. Is your club is pointing this way, which is very what we call outside, very outside the hands. And what that does is it's going to get you in a bad position on the way to the top. Your shoulders turn beautifully. Your shoulders turn in the right direction. So it's really just an arm issue with you. We're just going to have to fix up the way you take the club back. So the first 2 feet, like I said, you take it outside, you get it to here, and then from there you just kind of just pick it up. So that does 2 things. One, it gets your arms a little bit outside of not kind of deep enough behind you where we want them to be. And like I said, we mentioned before, we like to see that right shoulder turn back a little bit further. So you can see Rodney gets here, and all he has to do is turn his right shoulder back. His arms kind of pull his shoulders around, but his right shoulder gets turned back. So he has a little bit more of a deeper turn, and you can see where his hands are in here behind his right shoulder. Okay, so basically your arms moved in the wrong direction on the way back. So we always match up. Usually, unless we reroute the club drastically, we always bring the club back to where it was going back. So as you see Rodney from here, all he has to do is drop his arms down, and the club's going to come in back parallel to where he was. I can't stop it at that point, but it's going to get parallel to his toe line again, and then the club can come around to square. Now from here, since your hands are so far outside of where we need to be, watch how you come back down. You come down way over the top and get steep, so that club shaft is running through your neck. So here's the difference here. Much more vertical here. Well, let me just draw. At the same point, you can see how we always want the club to be running down more towards our right forearm. So you can see how much more horizontal Rodney's club shaft is. So this club's a little bit vertical. And as you come down, it's going to match up where you did. This is exactly where you were when you took the club back. So it's coming in very steep and from the outside. And so from there, when you come back into the ball, you're going to be basically cutting across it. And so you're either going to hit a pull. If you square the club face, it's going to pull and go left, or if not, if you keep the club face open, you're going to get a pretty good slice. So your shoulder motion is really good. You don't turn through it too much, and you don't come over the top for your shoulders. It's all basically for the arm swing. So you can see here how there's the club going back outside, and watch how it comes back to the same spot outside and steep and across. So basically, your club is going this direction instead of down the line this direction. So the good news is you got great posture. We don't have to mess with that. You've got your shoulders turning in a really good direction. All we need to do is get your right shoulder back behind you, turn them back a little bit more behind you, because they turn very level and they turn in the right direction. The biggest thing is just we have to fix the takeaway in your arms. So the first 2 feet, I want you to get this look going back. I want you to work on halfway back. That club should be, when it's parallel to the ground, that club should be parallel to your toe line versus being out here in this position here. So that's the big difference. So that's going to get your arm. Your arms are going to go in a totally different direction. It's going to feel pretty awkward to you probably, but it's going to get your arms in a better position so they're more behind you here like they are here with Rodney versus outside of, you can see where they're at here. Your arms would be, if I drew a circle, As you can see, Rodney's hands are right there. Your arms and your swing are halfway between your head and your shoulders. You can see here where they're almost behind Rodney's shoulder. So from here, all he has to do is drop the club down, keeps his shoulders square, and drop the club down into the slot and let your club come around to square. So it's going right down the line versus here you're on the outside and you're just going to come out even further and come over and cut across it. So I'm going to send you some drills to do to work on, and we'll just fix up the first 2 feet of your swing and let your arms pull your shoulders around, and I think you're going to improve really quickly.